Hello my dear students, I am from Misostudy and today I'll be dealing with important questions of mains level for the chapter name sets. Before starting with the important questions, I would like to tell you something about this chapter. Students generally ignore this chapter thinking that this is a very easy chapter and we will certainly be able to crack a question from this. But my dear students, we make a biggest mistake because this is an easy chapter, so it's very easy to have a command on this chapter. So you must certainly do this chapter very nicely so that 4 marks are assured in your pocket. Alright, on that note, let's start with the questions based on this chapter. So the first question we have is this. Alright, this is a big question, so let me read out for you all. In a recent survey of 1,000 houses, washing machine, vacuum cleaners and refrigerators were counted. Now, what is being given? That there was a survey of 1,000 houses. Whenever a word survey is used, we generally don't tend to take this number as A union B union C or A union B. This is a mistake which students do. So don't take it as A union B union C. It's a survey. So some of may have the washing machine, some of may not have. And this is also a possibility that none of them have this thing. Alright, so let's go about it. So in a recent survey of 1,000 houses, washing machine, vacuum cleaners and refrigerators were counted. Okay. So first of all, let's make a diagram. Let's read a question a bit more. Each house had at least one of these products. Okay, fine. 4 had no refrigerator. Now, since it says that each house had at least one of these products, since this statement is given, that means we will take this 1,000 as A union B union C, because it gives us the reasons to take it that 1,000 as A union B union C, because it's saying that each house, now it's clearing the fact that every single house is involved. So therefore this is A union B union C. 400 had no refrigerators. Now this is a different kind of question. It's a twisted one. It's saying that 400 had no refrigerators. 380 had no vacuum cleaner. 542 had no, that means they are giving what is had no refrigerator. So let us assume, let's first of all make a diagram. Okay. Now let us assume this is, now let us assume these are the number of refrigerators denoted by R. Okay. These are the number of vacuum cleaners with V, and these are the number of washing machines. Now what's being given to you? You are given that, let us assume that 400 had no refrigerators. That means you are given this R complement, that 400 had no refrigerators. When 400 had no refrigerators, how many had refrigerators? 1,000 minus 400, that is 600. In the similar way, 380 had no vacuum cleaners. So how many had vacuum cleaners? 380 had no vacuum cleaners. So how many had vacuum cleaners? Obviously 1000 minus 380, that would be 620. Okay. Similarly, 542 had no washing machines. So 542, since 542 had no washing machines, how many had washing machines? Understood? I hope I have made myself clear. So now we get N of R, N of V and N of W. Let's move further. Now what's the next, what it says? Okay, so let's read the question once again. 277 had both vacuum cleaner and refrigerator. Okay, so 277, that means what is 277? V intersection R. 294 had both vacuum cleaner and washing machine. That means V intersection W is what? 294. So let's write down, this is 277 and this is 294, because it says that 294 had vacuum cleaner and washing machine and 120 had washing machine and both refrigerator. So this is 120. Question. how many had only a vacuum cleaner? So what are we supposed to find out? Only a vacuum cleaner. That means going by the diagram, we just need to find out only the vacuum cleaner. Only vacuum cleaner means just this portion. This is only vacuum cleaner. I'm sorry, this will not be considered. This is only vacuum cleaner, the one having the square formed. Okay, so that means we need to find out this portion. But before that, we need to find out, we know this, we certainly don't know this, but we don't know this. So let's first of all concentrate on finding out this. So for that, we have our old formula, the golden formula, and that is N of A union B union C is what? It's N of A plus N of B plus N of C minus N of A intersection B minus N of B intersection C minus N of C intersection A plus N of A intersection B intersection C. I hope you all know this formula very well. So we have everything. We just need to put the desired values. Here A is R. This is R. That is number of the refrigerators. B is V, vacuum cleaners, and C is W. That is the washing machines. Okay. So let's put the desired values. So this is 600 N of A plus 620 plus 458 minus 277 plus 120 plus 294 plus N of A intersection B, which we need to find out. That let's say it is X. Let us assume this is X. Okay. So on solving this, I am just, and N of A union B union C is obviously 1000. So I'll not waste much of your time. So on solving this, you can solve it on your own and find out. On solving this, you will get X is equals to 13. X is equals to what? 13. Because this entire thing will give you what? 987. You can calculate on your own, and that's how X we will give you what? 13. So A intersection B is nothing but what? It's 13. Alright. I hope we are very, very clear with the diagram. Now that we are clear with the diagram, we have everything. So what we are supposed to find out is this, the black portion. So let's just find out. That means from this vacuum cleaner N of V, we need to subtract this thing as well as this thing. But once we are subtracting R intersection V and W intersection V, there is one thing which is getting subtracted twice. And my dear students, can you please think about it? What is getting subtracted twice? I'm sure you must have thought of it, that this is getting subtracted twice, our R intersection W intersection V. Why is it getting subtracted? Because this is coming in this portion and this is coming in this portion as well. So since once we are subtracting this, this will get subtracted. Again we are subtracting this, this will again get subtracted. But we need to subtract it only one time. So we will add it once. So let's just do it. So let's just add and subtract. So I'm going to show you the numbers once again. So what are we going to do? From 620, you need to subtract 277, 294 and then add 13. So 620 minus 277 plus 294, I assume, and you're subtracting this and you add 13. Alright. Once you solve it, you will get your answer to be 62. That means families having only vacuum cleaner is how much? 62. Alright. I hope you will do this simple calculation. I've already explained you the question. And once again, with the help of diagram, I can explain it to you once more. Since we needed just this portion, since just this portion was required, so from this entire portion V, I subtracted this as well as this whole thing. Now, as you can see, this is getting subtracted twice because this has two kind of lines, alright? But we needed to subtract it just once. So we added it once to compensate for it. And that's all with the question. I hope you really liked it. Coming to the next question, question number 2. So if A is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, then number of subsets of A containing element 3 is. It's a very simple question. You are given a set A 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you are supposed to find out number of subsets of A. We all know that n of A is given to be 4. Then the number of subsets of A would be, that means number of elements in the power set of A. 2 power 4 obviously, and that is nothing but 16. So now what are we supposed to find out? We are supposed to find out subsets having 3 as an element. So we all know what kind of subsets will it have. It will have singleton sets, out of which this will be the subset which is desired. Then you will have elements sets having 2 elements, that is 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. Basically 4C2 is equals to 6 such sets would be formed, out of which the ones which you need would be 2, 3, 3, 4 as well as 1, 3. That means you need 3 of them. So let's count the number. This is 1 and this is 3. Then number of subsets with 3 elements. So number of subsets having 3 elements would be 4C3. Number of ways in which you can choose 3 elements out of 4, and that is equal to 4. So out of these 4, how many would you approve? Because you must have those subsets which have 3 as an element. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 1 and 1, 4, 2. So only subset which doesn't have 3 is this. So that means you approve 3. And number of subsets having all the 4 elements, and we also know that set A is subset of itself. We all know that, and we count it as 1. So how many do we have? Let's count it down from the beginning. 1, 3, 3 and 1, which makes total of 8. So the correct answer is 8. Alright, I hope this was a very simple question. I hope this is clear to you, but certain questions like these have been asked in your past mains exams, so I considered this. Alright, coming to the next question, question number 3. Again, this is a very big question. As you can see, it has a very big statement. Alright, in a class of 200 students, now there's this class which has 200 students, 70 played cricket, 60 played hockey, and 80 played football. 30 played cricket and football. So there's this data that's given to you, alright? So we will certainly write this data. But this question is a very unique question in itself. So let's not get into the data, but let's understand what is being asked. We all know that we are given n of A, n of B, n of C, and we are also given A intersection B, B intersection C, C intersection A. That's fine. Find the maximum number of people playing all the 3 games. Now the question has its importance. What is the question? You're supposed to find the maximum number of people playing all the 3 games. What is the meaning of playing all the 3 games? That means you have to concentrate of n of A intersection B intersection C, and that too maximum of it. Number 1, Number 2, the minimum number of people playing at least one game. So you also have to concentrate on the minimum number of people playing at least one game. What is at least one game means? Either A or B or C or both or all three of them. That means you need to find out N of A union B union C, and that too minimum. Alright. So I hope you are clear with the question that you need to find out maximum of this and minimum of this. I know some of you students must be confused that how can you find out maximum of something or minimum of something. Let's do the question so that things are a bit clearer to you. First of all, let's support it with the diagram. Alright. So you're given the class of 200 students, and let's first of all make a diagram of this thing. 70 played cricket. So these are the ones playing cricket with C, okay, 6, and then you have hockey, and then you have football. So 70 played cricket, alright, 60 played hockey, and 80 played football. That's your question. I would request my dear students that before looking at my solution, I would really request to do this question on your own, and you will understand. To understand this question, you need to do some wrong attempts, okay? Alright. So 70, 60, 80, and then you have 30 played cricket and football. So the ones playing cricket and football, they are 30. Alright. 40 played cricket and hockey. Okay, this is 40. And then you have 30 played football and hockey. This is 30. And we are looking the maximum of this, so certainly we are not given this. So let's say this is X, something which we need to find it. I'll give a black boundary to it so you're very, very clear with the fact that what are we supposed to. This is A section B intersection C, and we need to find the maximum of it, so I'm calling it X. Okay. So we want to find it X. Since we need to find it X, let's, besides applying, if you do it by the normal formula, my dear students, you will certainly get a wrong answer, because in this question, what is the difference in this question and the normal questions? They want the maximum of it. That means they have given you a boundary, they have given you a range. So your answer can be anything out of the given range, but you need the maximum of it. So therefore, what we will do, we will express everything in terms of X. If this entire thing is 40, let's make a second diagram. You know this diagram, let's make another diagram right in front of this one. So we'll take the help of this diagram and try to understand and express everything in terms of X. So cricket, hockey, football, and this is X. So let's now express everything individually in terms of X. If this is X, this complete is 40. How much would be this? 40 minus X, of course. So that you add two of them and you get what? 40? Yes or no? Alright. So if this is X and this complete is 30, so this would be 30 minus X. I hope I'm making myself clear. And this was also would be 30 minus X, right? In the similar way, if this complete is 70, if this complete thing is 70, that means you have to have N of C is equals to 70. But N of C is composed of how many things? It's composed of this, which we need to find out. Let's say this is Y, plus it's composed of this 40 minus X, plus it's composed of this 30 minus X, because we have written them individually, plus X. And this entire thing should be equal to what? 70. So if we solve it, we will get Y is equals to X. That means this is nothing but X again, right? Only this thing, individually just this, okay? Similarly, I want to find out what exactly would be this. So let's, in the similar way, let's find out what will be this. This entire thing is 80. Okay. So if this entire n of f is 80, but we are looking for this portion individually, and this n of f is composed of what? It's composed of this 30 minus x plus x plus 30 minus x. Okay, and let's say again this is y is equals to what? 80. So once you solve this, you get y is equals to 20 plus x, right? So that this y is this portion which we need to find out. So this is nothing but, we write it over here, 20 plus x. Okay. In the similar way, let's find out what is this. So again, this complete is 60 and it's composed of what? This 40 minus x, 30 minus x and x. So let's do it orally. So this would be 70 minus the complete n of h is composed of 40 minus x, 30 minus x plus x. That would be 70 minus x plus h is equals to 60, which gives me what? X on the other side would give you x only, minus x will turn out to be x, and this will turn out to be x minus 10. So it would be, this thing entirely would be x minus 10. I hope you understood this thing. Alright, now since it is denoting the number of elements, so that means all the things should be positive. So let us make them positive. Alright, let's make them positive. And how will we make them positive? That means I should have 40 minus x should be greater than 0, which gives me x less than 40. Right? Right? I should also have 30 minus x should be greater than 0, which gives me x less than 30. Right? I should also have x as greater than 0. I should also have x minus 10 greater than 0, which gives me x greater than 10. I also have 40 minus x as greater than 0. So that gives me x less than 40. So combining all the conditions, I have x is less than 40, x is greater than 10, x is greater than 30, x is greater than 0, also x plus 20 greater than 0, that is x greater than minus 20. So combining all the condition, and we want to follow that, we want to take that condition which will be simultaneously satisfied on a number line. If you see x greater than minus 20, x greater than 0, x greater than 10, x less than 40, x less than 30. If you combine them all and want to see what will be simultaneous condition that will be satisfied, and that would be x lies between 10 to 30. So the maximum of it would be, maximum of it what? Maximum of x would be equal to 30. I hope you've understood this one. Alright, now the next question was minimum of n of A union B union C. Now this becomes a very easy question since we have this diagram with us. Let's get back to the diagram. Okay. Since we have everything, we can find out A union B union C very, very easily. Okay. I have this portion, I have this portion. On adding them all, if you apply a normal formula, alright, you will in the end get n of A union B union C is 120 110 plus x after solving it all right, by applying a normal formula or else by any other method which you feel is fine, because you have everything in detail. So 110 plus x. Now since you need the minimum of A union B union C, that means you have to add the minimum of this x, because x has a range that x is from 10 to 30, but since we need the minimum of this, so we will add the minimum of this, so that would be 120. So the maximum of A union B union C, sorry, A intersection B intersection C is 30, and minimum of A union B union C is 120. I hope you are clear with it. And now coming to the last and the final question of this session, that is question number 4. I hope after doing so many questions like these, you'll find this question comparatively very, very easy. In a class of 25 students, at least one of mathematics or statistics is taken by everybody. Now certainly 25 represents, because whenever this terminology, whenever the statement of at least one of mathematics, or at least whenever this line is used, that means you have to take, if it's a survey or it's a class, you have to take this as A union B union C, or A union B if it's two things. So over here it's maths and stats, so we will take it as A union B union. N of A union B is 25. Alright. So it's given that at least one of maths or stat is taken by everybody. 12 have taken mathematics, 8 have taken mathematics but not stats. So let's just make this. So it's given that 12 have taken mathematics. So the ones taking mathematics are 12. And 8 are those which have taken mathematics but not stats. That means 8 are those which have taken individually just maths. So the just maths thing is 8, while having both maths and stats is 4, which makes a total of 12. Alright, so just maths is 8 and both maths and stats is 4. Now let's read the question. 12 have taken mathematics, 8 have taken maths but not stats. That means individually maths. Find the difference in the number of students who have taken maths and stats. Now what is maths and stats? That means they're talking about A intersection B. So we are supposed to find out the difference in what? The students who have taken maths and stats and those who have taken stats but not maths. Stats, this is stats but not maths. That means only stats. So it's extremely easy. We just don't need to calculate anything. This much is 12. You know, in total this is 12. To make it 25, this must be how much? Only stats. Only stats would be 13. Only then it will be 25, because this complete is 12. To make it 25, this must be 13 only. Very, very simple, right? Now the question is, find the difference in the number of students who have taken maths and stats. That means A union B and only stats. So only stats is 13 and A union B is 4. So the answer is 9. Extremely simple questions. Alright, my dear students, in this we actually discussed 4 brilliant questions, out of which 2 were a little of good, I would say a little good level, and 2 were very extremely simple, just to boost your confidence and give you the strength to do these questions. Alright, I'll see you next time. Thank you so much.